As Alex's charming facade starts to falter, Sophia drops a bombshell that turns the tables entirely. She's no ordinary jewelry seller but a former lawyer who risked everything to expose a powerful corruption scandal. Her revelation stuns Alex, forcing him to confront his assumptions and decide whether to support her fight for justice or retreat into his privileged world. Tensions escalate when Alex uncovers new evidence that could either make or break her case, putting both their lives in the spotlight. What follows is a roller coaster of emotions, courage, and redemption that leaves everyone questioning who truly holds the upper hand. The shocking twist will redefine their futures in ways no one could predict. But before we dive in, leave a comment and let us know where you are watching from today. And if this story speaks to you, hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories. In the gleaming, modern confines of his penthouse overlooking the Chicago skyline, Alexander "Alex" Monroe paced the hardwood floor, his phone pressed tightly against his ear. The millionaire businessman, known for his razor-sharp deals and impeccable style, was in a predicament. His family's annual gala was days away, and his meddling mother had made one thing clear: no fiancé, no inheritance. "You can't be serious, Mother," Alex groaned, pausing in front of the panoramic window. "This is the 21st century. No one forces someone to parade around with a fake fiancé. It's about stability, Alexander," her voice replied, icy and firm. "If you can't show the board you're ready to settle down, they won't take your succession seriously." After hanging up, Alex poured himself a glass of scotch and considered his options. Hiring someone to pose as his fiancée for one night was his best bet. But it had to be someone convincing, someone who could charm his mother, impress the board, and disappear without complications. The next morning, Alex found himself strolling through a bustling neighborhood market. He was looking for someone who didn't belong in his usual world but had the poise to carry the act. That's when he noticed her. Sophia Green was seated at a small stall, selling handmade jewelry. Her long, dark hair was tied back, and her green eyes sparkled with quiet determination. Despite the worn jacket she wore, she exuded an air of elegance. "Excuse me," Alex said, stepping closer. Sophia looked up, her brows furrowing slightly. "Can I help you?" "I have an unusual offer," Alex began, keeping his tone casual. "I need someone to pretend to be my fiancé for an event. One night, and I'll pay you $10,000. Sophia blinked, clearly taken aback. "Is this some kind of joke?" "Not at all," Alex replied smoothly. "You'll wear designer clothes, have everything taken care of, and walk away with enough money to make a difference. All I need is for you to play the part convincingly." Sophia hesitated, studying him. "Why me?" "You have presence," Alex said, choosing his words carefully. "And I believe you can handle it." After a long pause, Sophia nodded. "All right. But no funny business." Alex spared no expense preparing Sophia for the event. She was whisked away to a luxury boutique, where stylists transformed her into the picture of sophistication. Her simple clothes were replaced by a floor-length emerald gown that highlighted her striking eyes. Her hair was styled into soft waves, and diamond earrings completed the look. When Sophia emerged from the dressing room, Alex, who was waiting nearby, did a double take. For a moment, he was speechless. "You clean up well," he said, a flicker of admiration in his voice. Sophia smirked. "You mean I don't look like someone who sells jewelry on the street?" "Exactly," Alex replied, offering his arm. "Let's go." The gala was a glittering affair held in the grand ballroom of a five-star hotel. Crystal chandeliers cast warm light over the sea of guests dressed in designer attire. As Alex and Sophia entered, all eyes turned to them. "Who's that?" someone whispered.
"She's stunning," another said.
Sophia moved with grace, her head held high despite her nerves. Alex, ever the charmer, introduced her to his mother, Evelyn Monroe, a sharp-eyed woman with an aura of authority. "So, you're the woman who's captured my son's heart," Evelyn said, her tone laced with skepticism. Sophia smiled warmly. "He captured mine first," she replied smoothly, surprising even Alex with her quick wit. Throughout the evening, Sophia impressed the guests with her intelligence and charm. She discussed art, business, and current events with such ease that Alex found himself wondering if he'd underestimated her. As the evening progressed, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that Sophia wasn't who she appeared to be. Her polished demeanor, quick wit, and deep knowledge of topics far beyond her supposed background as a jewelry seller raised questions in his mind. After the gala, they returned to Alex's penthouse. The event had been a success, but Alex's curiosity had reached its peak. "You were incredible tonight," Alex began, pouring 2 glasses of champagne. "Almost too incredible." Sophia raised an eyebrow. "What's that supposed to mean? You're not just a jewelry seller, are you?" Alex asked, his tone measured. "Who are you really?" Sophia hesitated, her expression guarded.
Finally, she sighed.
"You're right. I'm not who you think I am." She stood, pacing the room. "I used to be a lawyer. A damn good one. But I blew the whistle on a major corruption case involving some very powerful people. They retaliated, ruined my career, and left me with nothing. I've been trying to rebuild my life ever since." Alex stared at her, stunned. "Why didn't you tell me? Would you have believed me?" Sophia shot back. "You were looking for someone to play a role, not someone with baggage." For the first time in years, Alex was at a loss for words. Sophia's revelation had shaken him. She wasn't just some poor woman he had hired. She was someone with strength, intelligence, and a story far more compelling than his own. The next morning, Alex found himself scrolling through articles about Sophia's case. Everything she had said was true. She had taken on some of the most corrupt figures in the city and paid the price. But what caught his attention was a recent development. The case was being reopened. Later that day, he met with Sophia in his penthouse. "I want to help you," he said. "You deserve justice." Sophia looked at him warily. "Why would you do that?" "Because you've inspired me," Alex admitted. "You've shown me what real courage looks like. And because I can." With Alex's resources and connections, they worked together to expose the truth. Sophia's case became national news, and the public rallied behind her. Months later, Sophia stood on the steps of the courthouse, victorious. Her name had been cleared, and those who had wronged her were finally held accountable. Beside her stood Alex, who had become more than just an ally. As the cameras flashed, Sophia turned to Alex. "I never expected this when you approached me that day." "Neither did I," Alex admitted, a rare smile softening his usually stoic face. "But I'm glad I did." Their partnership, born out of necessity, had evolved into something far greater. Together, they proved that even the most unlikely connections could lead to extraordinary outcomes. Years later, Sophia and Alex founded a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping whistleblowers and those seeking justice. Their story became a symbol of resilience, courage, and the power of second chances. And as they stood together at the organization's headquarters, they knew that what had started as a charade had become a legacy neither of them could have imagined.